Who will win the power of veto? Find out on Big Brother.
How did I do?
You did great.
This is crazy that I am doing these moves.
Hi, what is you thinking about?
I am getting a little bit suspicious on the two-girl alliance you have and if he wants to form an alliance.
Sure, let's do it.
When it comes to the game of Big Brother, alliances are the backbone of any strategic gameplay, but when suspicions arise around a girl alliance, the house dynamics can shift dramatically. It's a scenario where whispers and side glances become the currency of communication, as housemates try to decipher the truth from the rumors. In one particular season, the suspicion around a girl alliance began to take root early on, as certain patterns started to emerge. The women seemed to spend an excessive amount of time together, often whispering in hushed tones or quickly changing the subject whenever someone else approached. At first, it seemed like mere friendship, but as the weeks progressed, the strategic implications became impossible to ignore. The men in the house started to notice that none of the women were ever nominated against each other, suggesting a protective pact might be in place. Conversations around the water cooler became tinged with paranoia, as every glance, every whispered word, and every saved vote started to look like evidence of a grander scheme. This suspicion was not without its consequences. It began to erode trust within the house, creating a divide not just between the sexes, but also among individuals who started to doubt their own alliances. Some housemates chose to confront the issue head-on, pulling aside members of the suspected alliance for heated interrogations that often ended with more questions than answers. Social dynamics became strained, and even the most mundane tasks turned into opportunities for surveillance and speculation. The housemates on the outside of the suspicion started to form counter-alliances, driven by fear and the desire to stay one step ahead. Meanwhile, the women at the center of the suspicion found themselves walking a fine line between maintaining their bonds and dispelling the growing fears of their housemates. Despite their efforts, the atmosphere of suspicion cast a shadow over every interaction, turning even the most innocent conversation into a potential strategy session. The climax came when a covert operation to eavesdrop on a supposed alliance meeting resulted in a confrontation that laid bare the tensions within the house. Accusations flew, alliances were tested, and the truth about the girl alliance was finally revealed. Whether the suspicions were founded or not, the damage was done. Relationships were irrevocably altered, and the course of the game changed. This incident served as a stark reminder of the power of suspicion in the Big Brother house. It showed how quickly trust can be eroded, and how the fear of the unknown can drive housemates to turn on one another, highlighting the psychological warfare at the heart of the game.
I just want to murder somebody in this game. In the game Big Brother, a rather unsettling incident unfolded that left me grappling with a mix of disbelief and frustration. It all started during one intense session where strategies and alliances were the keys to survival and victory. Within the game's virtual realm, players often adopted personas far removed from their real-world selves, engaging in deception and trickery as part of the gameplay. However, what transpired went beyond the accepted norms of virtual deceit. A fellow player, whom I had considered an ally, chose to concoct a lie so elaborate, it was woven entirely in my name. This act of betrayal was not just a simple fib told in the heat of the moment. It was a premeditated falsehood that had significant consequences within the game. The lie revolved around an accusation that I had secretly conspired against our own team, plotting their undoing with the enemy. Such a claim, completely baseless and contrived, spread like wildfire among the players, sowing seeds of distrust and animosity towards me. The orchestrator of this lie watched from the shadows, their identity hidden behind the anonymity that the game provided, leaving me to face the repercussions alone. I was flabbergasted upon realizing the extent of the deception. Players I had fought alongside, who had been my comrades in virtual battles, now looked upon me with suspicion and resentment. Attempts to defend myself seemed futile. The lie had been crafted too convincingly, leaving little room for my truth to breathe. The game, once a source of enjoyment and camaraderie, had morphed into a hostile environment where my every move was scrutinized and questioned. The most disheartening aspect of this ordeal was the erosion of trust. In Big Brother, Where alliances were fragile and could shift with the wind, trust was a commodity as valuable as the virtual currency we fought over. To have that trust so callously shattered by a lie was a blow that went beyond the confines of the game. It was a stark reminder of the impact words can have, even in a virtual world designed for escapism and fun. Confronting the perpetrator proved to be another challenge altogether. Their refusal to acknowledge the lie, coupled with a lack of tangible evidence due to the game's privacy policies, left me in a quandary. The moderators, though sympathetic, were bound by the game's rules, which made direct intervention difficult. It was a lesson in the limitations of virtual justice and the importance of choosing one's allies wisely. The incident left a lasting impact on my perception of online games and the dynamics within them. It was a jarring introduction to the darker aspects of gaming communities, where anonymity can sometimes embolden individuals to act with malice. Despite the initial hurt and the sense of betrayal, it also taught me resilience and the importance of integrity, both online and off. In the end, I emerged from the experience wiser and more cautious, but still firm in the belief that truth and honesty should guide one's actions, even in the realm of games.
It's time to pick players for the veto ceremony. Me and the two nominees will pick somebody to play in the veto competition, and I go first and I choose Lucas.
I'll pick Michelle.
Man, it's amazing to not be picked, but we need to win a hoe soon.
Yes, that is our only chance to get some of these competition beasts out.
Okay, if you do not want to be targeted, you have to evict Jackie.
Okay, sounds like a good plan. Good plan, Lucas.
The power of veto competition is bingo, and all you have to do is get a bingo 5 in a row on a line and you win. Congratulations, Finley, on winning the power of veto.
Oh my god, there's no way that I just won another competition. I am surprising myself with these competition wins.
Yeah, I think the week at the mass eviction. We need to stop winning competitions. Honestly, I think it's time to win more competitions because I have nothing to lose.
This is the veto meeting. I can take Jackie off the block, take Joseph off the block, or keep them nominations the way it is, and I decide to not use the power of veto.